You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They'll run here with John Kelly. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the run, it's Ware. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking long for Westbrook. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Oh, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 12 carries, 69 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and 12, Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To Ware on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A rough go there on third down. A loss of 4.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you?
He's got a man, complete. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Hey, let's go.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Looking to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run with Kelly, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Foles. And this is going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
Back to throw here. And this is incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll set up a throw. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. We're scoreless after one.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
From the gun, they run with Ware. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
From just shy of midfield, Foles, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Foles, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And it's complete. Henry. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for the Browns. 51 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
And it's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Browns on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a look.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fielded just inside the 20. Burst by him near the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait. And
this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. John Kelly, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Let's go!
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Goes to Ware on the screen. pushing through tacklers at the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catch
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On the delay, it's Kelly. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. All day, baby. All day. All day. Deep grip.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and long. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got? What you got, Heavy?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll throw now on the final play. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Switch. 6-6, pull it high.
2nd and 11. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
Hey, box drop.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. On 3rd down, this is where it'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On first down, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Oh, man, open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd and 3. And he's got it. A good pickup there of 20 yards. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On 3rd down, Cowell. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Let's take it at around the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 10 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the carry is Kelly. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Foles. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make a bounce.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the...
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the run, watch the run.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check 56. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now Foles. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Greedy Williams picks it off. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move,
and this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On 2nd and 9, Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up.